Hello and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jill Maurer, and today I'm answering a question that I get a lot, and that is, what is a birthstone? Sometimes people have an idea of what their birthstone is, but they don't really know where birthstones came about and why we even have a birthstone. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the origins of the birthstone. The origins of birthstones actually date back to biblical times, where the breastplate of Aaron had 12 gemstones, each representing a tribe of Israel. So the story goes that the high priest had a breastplate that had 12 stones on it, and the Lord instructed Moses to engrave the names of the 12 sons of Israel on those stones. And the Bible does specifically name the stones. It does not specifically name the order in which the sons of Israel were supposed to be engraved on it. And the thinking is that Moses probably knew which order they were supposed to be in. So you'd think, okay, well, we absolutely know the 12 stones because they're named in the Bible. Not exactly. The problem is that the names of the stones are unclear. Part of the reason for this is that the Bible has been translated, and the people translating the Bible weren't necessarily sure of what those stones were, and probably just inserted stones that were familiar to them in wherever they were and in their modern time. We do have what we think are pretty good guesses. I will tell you that there is disagreement on this list. Emerald, sapphire, diamond, topaz, carbuncle, which was described as a bright red stone, sardius, also described as a red stone, agate, which comes in a variety of colors, ligure, I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, nobody seems to agree on what that is, amethyst, onyx, which most people think of as black but does come in a variety of colors, jasper, comes in a variety of colors, and also beryl. Now, beryl we normally think of as aquamarine or emerald. Since emerald was already listed, we could think of it as aquamarine, although there are some indications that they were talking about a white stone. And beryl does also come in white. That's known as goshenite. The Bible referred to these stones as being in the covering of the Garden of Eden. Historians or scholars at the time took that to mean in the heavens. So they looked toward the sky and they associated each of these stones with a sign in the Zodiac. The original thinking was that a person would collect all 12 of these stones and that they would wear each stone during a certain month or during that time of the Zodiac. That would amplify the stone's powers, its healing powers, or whatever that stone had, whatever powers that stone had. So initially, it didn't have anything to do with your own birth, it was when you wore those stones. And ideally, to have the most powerful effect, you would own all 12 stones. It wasn't until the 18th century that gem dealers in Poland came up with the idea of calling these birthstones and marketing the stones as birthstones so that you would get a certain stone depending on when you were born. That's a relatively recent invention. And in 1912, the National Association of Jewelers started marketing this same idea in the United States. While the stones have largely remained the same, there have been some changes and additions, and as you'll see, some very recent additions. And this comes about because of different manufacturers trying to really lobby to have their stones become birthstones. Here's the modern list of gemstones. January is garnet, February, amethyst, March, aquamarine, April, diamond, May, emerald, June, moonstone, alexandrite or pearl, July, ruby, August, peridot, September, sapphire, October, pink tourmaline or opal, November, topaz or citrine, and December, blue topaz, turquoise, zircon, and very recently, tanzanite. So now you have a better understanding of the history of birthstones, and ironically, they didn't start out having anything to do with being a birthstone or having to do with your own birth. They had a lot more to do with the tribes of Israel, and a lot more to do with wearing a stone at a particular time of year as opposed to having anything to do with when you were born. And I kind of like that concept. I like the idea of wearing different stones at different times of the years to amplify their power. Now, if you want to find out more about birthstones, and in particular your own personal birthstone, give this video a like, and what I'll do is I will do a separate video for each month of the year discussing the birthstone. Let me know in the comments below, what is your birthstone? Do you like your birthstone? Do you wish you had a different birthstone? Do you now feel free to wear all of the birthstones? I look forward to hearing from you. And no matter what your birthstone is, don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.